When it comes to Obamacare, there are a number of business owners that have come out and said that it stifles their hiring, that it means that it costs them too much to hire more. Do you agree? Is that a fair argument, fair assessment?
Well, health care costs, forgetting about whether the federal government pays them or individual pays them or the business pays them, health care costs are the tapeworm of our economy. Health care costs, it's 17% of GDP. People talk about corporate taxes, which are 1.5% of GDP. Health care costs at 17%. That is an enormous competitive disadvantage for this country versus the rest of the world.
Does Obamacare help solve that, or does it make it worse for businesses?
It doesn't change it very much. I mean, we have a fundamental problem with health care costs in the country. And it's not a product of Obamacare, but the main virtue to Obamacare is making sure that everybody's covered. In a very rich country, everybody should have health insurance.
Could there have been a better plan to overhaul the health care system in this
there's a question
country?
whether you can get it done. We need something very major in that field, but whether we get it is a real problem, because right now this country is spending roughly $2.6 trillion on health care costs. $2.6 trillion. Now the problem is every one of those dollars goes to somebody, and they're going to be very reluctant to give it up. But we have a runaway cost problem with health care.
And it doesn't sound like you think Obamacare solves that.
Well, there isn't anything that has solved it so far. Yeah. It needs a...
Do you have any ideas?
I don't know enough about the subject, but what I would do is I would get the people, I'd get the fellows that run the Cleveland Clinic and Mayo and Kaiser, and I would just say, we've got to do something about this. Because if you go back to 1970, there were half a dozen countries that were spending 7% of GDP on health care, and we were one of them. And we've run up to 17, and they've gone up to 10. So we've got a very major problem in this country. We can't keep doing this.